Welcome to this ultra exciting video. It's the most interesting 400-mile drive in the entire world. Now, my solar panels broke in the last video, and I didn't want to head right back home so soon after leaving. So, I decided to book it across country as fast as I could, heading from Tennessee to Montana. Now, this video isn't me exploring underwater caves or making in a van which will get taken down from YouTube. This is mostly driving. It's entertaining driving, but still that nonetheless. There are two types of videos so far on the channel. One are the videos that attract new people, interesting standalone types videos, like the IKEA furniture for van dwelling, and the solar power videos like which battery is the best. Then there's this exciting vlog kind of style. Now this is for the people that like the full narrative and they want to follow along with everything. This sort of video is also mostly for myself. I was never good at keeping a diary or journal or whatever, so this is kind of a video log, or a vlog if you will. The purpose here is to have a complete as possible log of my trips. It's the type of thing that's for my great-grandkids to look at and see what was going through their great-grandpa's mind before he became president of the world. I would have loved to watch a few vlogs of my grandparents, parents, and all sorts of people when they were my age. Wouldn't that be interesting? Now, I'm definitely having a hard time in general with topics to talk about like this. The focus that I started with, and I want to keep on, is that I'm not the interesting one. The activities I'm doing here are to be the focus. It's the sort of show don't tell philosophy for storytelling that I want to implement. I like the quick music video style jump cuts and fast-paced ADHD editing, when it fits the video anyway. That's part of what I think makes an interesting video, and why I think that these vids are a bit different than other van dwellers. This is a 2-story truck stop. That's pretty cool. They make food to order 24/7. Bathrooms are up here on the second floor. You can see all the trucks over here just hanging out. That dude's sleeping in the red one. You can tell because it's got the visors up. They got TV. They got what looks like a futon from probably IKEA. That's neat. Never seen one of these before. Driving is great for audiobooks, podcasts, and it's also great for getting lost deep in thought. As long as you don't take your eyes off the road. I, like many people, am always thinking about what I should be doing with my time and things like that. At one point in my life, I wanted to convince people to think like I did. Now I think that's a little bit silly. You've got to learn to accept being alone with yourself. Even when you're with someone, in a way, you're still alone. Our communication as humans is not built to relay meaning, just basic survival. Now it's good to find comfort in that. We've always been alone, all throughout times. Plato was alone, Aristotle, Kant was alone, Nietzsche was alone. It's hard to think that we're each just a tiny ripple in a lake far larger than we can understand. But what we make of this, and how we let it affect our lives, are the best free will we have. I don't expect that I can change the world, or even that I really want to. The best thing to do is live as close to your ideals as possible. Then your ripple might have some solid effect. It's not like we can stop sin from existing. It's easy to twist even the most noble values into the exact opposite. You can twist peace into war, love into spite. C.S. Lewis's book, The Screwtape Letters, does a great job of showing out how to turn anything into a negative quality. I've been going through some of his work recently. He's the guy who wrote Chronicles of Narnia, which is a good book, although I haven't read it yet. I just watched the movies. There's lots of good work by him. Some interesting thoughts that I haven't seen fleshed out in quite that way. It's mostly philosophy, so if you like that sort of stuff, check out his stuff. I think my favorite so far is his book, The Great Divorce. C.S. Lewis actually tied for one of my most read authors, and in case you're wondering, here's the list. In Tennessee, all we had were like hills and mountains, and then as soon as you hit over the border, flat. Flat as the eye can see, flat like Ohio. Couple of bugs here. I washed off the driver's side. Where you see semi-trucks parked for the night is a good indication of where you can park too. So I'm over here at a rest stop. It's 9:10 p.m., something like that. I don't know if I'm going to stop tonight, but it's an option. But if you've made it this far, you might be on to me. I confess. I'm just filling time, because there's nothing inherently interesting about these 400 miles I'm driving. I'm afraid the title was inaccurate, and let you guys know a bit more about what scratches around aimlessly in my head. I've always wanted to do some sort of podcast, but I never had the material or a message to say. I still consider myself deep into the learning and consuming stage of life. So maybe these mini podcast type vlogs will do. At least until I come up with some good ideas. Anyway, I'll talk with you guys next time. Mic check. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. The volume seems to be good. Always stand up while recording if you can. Better airflow and better sound. Most people like to cross their arms when they're recording too, especially if they're nervous because it gives the subconscious response of protecting yourself from the unknown. The best tactic is to use your body language like you would if you're talking to another person in real life. Maybe you look silly in your living room recording studio like doing that, but it makes for a way better audio track. Scott Adams had great advice before you go speaking to warm up your voice is to hum the Happy Birthday theme song. But I have a deeper voice and I kind of like to something like that. Life's too short to be afraid to be an idiot.